take 3 or take 4 or take 5. I don't fucking know. I'd have my mic plugged in. Oh my goodness. That's so bad. That's so bad. But hey, practice makes perfect, they say. The thing about this is practice. Okay, first things first. Holy shit. Good thing I'm fucking re-recording because I saw a motherfucking beaver. I never seen a beaver before. Those motherfuckers are big. Get beaver! A motherfucking beaver! Where the fuck do you think you're going, fat boy? Where the fuck do you think you're going, fat boy? Look at you! Look at you! Hey, 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 hey. Oh, fuck! Ah. So, first beaver, and we did a little chase, did a little run around, but you know what we talk about? We had a good time. Beavy, call him Beavy. Hopefully see him around sometimes. I gotta get back to work, buddy. But, right, Beavy, shoot shoots, buddy. The crazy part is that bugger was small. I showed my boss, I showed my freaking coworker, and they're like, that's not the biggest thing become. Cause he's like same size as a fucking medium-sized dog. I feel if that beaver was by the water and the dog was fucking with it, beaver would kill it. Fuck, to be honest, that shit was crazy. Bugger is cute though. Yeah, so what I was talking about, the mental pitfalls. There's something that happens when, you know, men don't consistently have certain things happening in their life. Like one thing that I've noticed was women. I didn't have consistent contact with women that wasn't my family. And I kind of noticed that my standards was dropping a little. You know, my player side has been taking a little bit more of a bitch seat, kind of hesitating a little bit. That player side of me. I think that's a deeper situation. I feel. I think my gentleman side was kicking its ass a little bit more because I want to be more of a gentleman than a player. Because I'm tired of being a player. Looking for a wife. For life, not for a night, because I had a lot of wives or nights, not wife nights, night wives. Yeah, had a lot of night wives. So yeah, one of my coworkers, she complimented me on my hair, and she said she liked it, gave me a good look. I kind of, met her with the stare, and I kind of gave her a smile. She smiled up, maybe a night. So that was kind of a booster, but not too much guys really have the opportunity to have that. So you guys gotta find it elsewhere. Like you guys gotta find that confidence, bro. So for one of my big freaking confidence boosters is those random videos that like fucking the solid ones, the
What the fuck's wrong with you? Why you not talking? We on a
She's talking to you.
Cause you not talking, nigga. You ain't been talking the whole night.
Yes, I have.
Listen, my nipple just got wet. God damn it.
You was just on my ass 2 days ago about me and my boxing career and all this bullshit and the MMA and shit. Now you trying to get me laid and shit, nigga. What's wrong with you?
Pussy is hey, Roger.
I need
a part of life.
Yeah, it's a part of life, but I want it when I want it, not when I'm
Anonymous
fucking.
just tipped $2.
I'm forced to get it and shit.
Roger.
Dude.
Roger, pussy's a part of life, nigga. We need pussy.
Yeah,
we need meat. We need pussy. pussy.
But what comes first? Nah, I don't know about the fucking meat. But what comes first?
I
Money?
come first.
Nigga.
I mean, no. The girl will come first, then I come, nigga. You make them come so they come back.
Nah.
You gotta get pussy.
Money is first, nigga. I need money. Fuck pussy. I need money.
Yeah, you might be right. You might be right. I already got the money.
Yeah, so, I don't have no money. I need the money, bro. Fuck the pussy. I need money. I don't give a fuck about the pussy.
Guess what though?
Pussy always gonna be here.
Guess what though, nigga? I used to be broke and I was still getting pussy.
Yeah, good for you.
She was hitting on you.
I don't care.
I was trying to have the fucking 3P, but you fucking.
Nigga, I don't give a fuck.
Why you so quiet on the fucking? It's a double date.
Nigga, she's talking to you.
Cause you ain't talking.
I was trying to talk to her.
Nigga, how many bitches you get being a vegan?
He's right. He's right though. That gave me a fucking major confidence because I was broke once. I mean, I'm not broke, but I don't have that much money, but fuck. I was broke once and I was still getting pussy. Yeah, I gotta have that mindset. I gotta build that mindset back up. Get that confidence because Rampage is right. You gotta be relentless for a little bit. So, but you gotta put a little bit of fucking care in yourself. Other than that, yeah. I was broke once too. Okay, so those are kind of like not those, but yeah, that's kind of the girl situation. The other thing that was another mind pitfall that I was encountering was being a fucking, just general toughness as a man. I was scared about going to practice. Not because I wanted to, not because of facing anybody, but more so on the working out aspect. I was sick. It was because I was sick. I was sick for the past couple weeks, and that was in my mind. I could feel it still. So I was scared that I wasn't going to be able to get through the workouts, and it was just excuses I was giving myself. It was a little valid, but it wasn't, to the point where I shouldn't go. So I fucking went. Happy I went. Pushing through certain things like that made me realize that you can. You just gotta fucking have faith in yourself. You gotta have that confidence of pushing through. There's a lot of things that will fucking set you in a mental pitfall and it will fuck up your mindset. Confidence is the first one to go. Your pride in yourself is the second, and whatever else pertains to that certain person. Other than that, I feel that you got to keep yourself going, keep yourself doing things so you can get your minds off of it. Overthinking certain things will put you back in the pitfall kind of mindset. So, go back and doing that. So, fucking So, anyways, yeah, I'm thinking a bit too hard on that shit. Okay, so the big ones that the big part of practice I really needed was the sparring. I did go 4 rounds. I fucking was dead after the 4th round. I should have gone more, but I couldn't go more. I did once. I did go with a new guy, but that doesn't really count. So the first round was his homie. He, fucking got warm up. He went a little bit light. And then second one was Luke. It's bigger. His strategy is more for MMA. This was kickboxing. MMA, I'm gonna do more MMA next month maybe. Who knows? But in general, Luke was doing very well. He was controlling the distance. I was kind of leading into it. I was trying to let him control the distance so I could, create a reaction off of him. He was kind of jumping into stuff, and I was kind of getting off, caught off guard. He was doing some unconventional moves, and yeah, so this is how it went.
Jacob, I hope you ain't running from it. Do the warm up right now. You're gonna say that. Jacob. Jacob. What are you saying, Jacob? Give him that girl. That glove.
The second guy I needed to go with was Adrian. He's a little bit more coordinated, a little more stable with his strategy in his striking. So he was another one that I was going forward on. I wasn't really doing feints too much, so my reactions off of that was lacking because he was catching me with his straights bad, and I was getting fucking flustered. There was something at the end that I forgot what happened, but I know physically what I gotta do to create that moment again with my straights, because he was turning straights with no problem, and he taught me something in this round.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh! So I back up a little bit? No! Oh!
Then the last one is Bus. Bus, yeah. As you can hear, he is a fun one. He is one of those guys that, he's just a fun spar. Really tested my lungs, like he said. He was trying to, and he did. Catching me a lot of jabs, surprisingly. Fucking jabbed the shit out of my face.
Oh, yes, 8 there. 8 there. 8 there. Here you go. God, DJ. I'm here, man. I'm here. I come. Shit. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Straight at the stroke, baby. Straight at the stroke. Oh, yeah. Oh, come here. Yeah. Work out, baby. You go. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna test the lung. You ready? Oh, yeah. Coming forward. And 3 to the body. Here it come. Here it come. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Finish it. Oh, come here. Yes, sir. Good shot. Work out. Work out. Put some arms, baby. Come on. Come on. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. 36. Oh yeah, you good. Good. Yeah, good shot. Good shot.
But yes, that was the MMA shit. There's gonna be more jujitsu, more MMA things, but that's for just kickboxing. So to move on to my last section of my whole channel. I was kind of getting a little bit iffy with the lineup of how I wanted to do my videos, but I think I'm gonna do the ending part like something like Joe Rogan. And I really wanted to talk about this because it pertains to the government. I wanted to do some Hawaii government stuff, but that's gonna be a bigger video because I want to have it more organized, because as you guys can tell, my fucking videos ain't organized, right? It's getting better, but not as not like I want. The thing that I want to talk about Bernie Sanders sucks, bro. Nah, he really does suck. Like, there's like parts where like the beginning of the fucking podcast, Joe Rogan is giving him softball questions. Joe Rogan is being so fucking nice to him, and then later on in the fucking interview, he kind of fucking showed his real colors. Like, he didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. He's talking about global warming. Joe Rogan had some facts. Joe Rogan is very well informed in a lot of things, and he was informed. I mean, he talked about fucking global warming for years. He didn't really necessarily talk about global warming. He was trying to talk about the things that he had problems with, about how they're running the whole thing about global warming, like the business behind it. People got financial fucking incentives in those things. Like, there's people doing some sketchy stuff, and we all know what's going on with how Doge uncovered the fucking social security thing, the frauding and all that. There's like legit valid questions, and Bernie Sanders did the fucking boomer thing, and he was like, the scientists, the professionals knows, and trust me, I talked to them, so I know.
The climate change issue is very complicated, and I think did you see the Washington Post piece that they wrote, where they did this long-term view? First of all, the reality is that the Earth's temperature has never been static, right? We could both agree on that. It's always been up and down. There's been ice ages and heat waves. And then the Washington Post looked at it. What was the time period that they looked at? That essentially they found that we're in a cooling period. That the Earth over the past X amount of years, and this was like a very inconvenient discovery, but they had to report the data, and kudos to them for doing that. Scientists have captured the Earth's climate change over the last 485 million years. Here's a surprising place we stand now. So look at the far end of that graph. and you see we're in a cooling period.
Well, I'm not sure. I didn't read that article, but
Yeah.
the scientists who are out there, I think.
I know, but there's a lot of money involved in that too, Bernie. That's part of the problem. There's a lot of money involved in this whole climate change emergency issue, and there's a lot of control, and that's a big part of this problem. Not only that, if we're just talking about primarily carbon and carbon footprint, what are we going to do about China? Because China is like, what percentage of
They are the major polluter right now in terms of carbon. We're number 2. We used to be 1. They're number 1 right now.
I think they have an enormous percent of the global. I think it's.
Well, they're number 1. I don't know what the
very
percentage.
high. It's
Look,
very high.
It's not an American issue. It is a global issue. And all I can tell you is that we are, in my view, going to see more extreme weather disturbances in the coming years than we have ever. And we're seeing them right now.
Right, but scientists don't agree. Well, this is where it gets confusing. Because scientists that are in agreement, there's all these entanglements whenever someone's discussing something, whether it's economics or whether it's health issues or pharmaceutical drugs, there's financial entanglements. I think we both agree with that, right?
Yep.
And I think this is part of the issue with this whole climate change emergency as well, because it's not just that we could all agree pollution is a major factor. It's a huge issue in the world today. We could all agree with that, right? I think one of the things that we have to recognize is that whenever there's an issue that everyone can agree on, you're going to have a bunch of people that capitalize on that issue, and they look to gain more money. They have financial issues that they push forward in order to capitalize on this issue, but then also power and control. These things like they're trying to institute in the UK, where they have these 15-minute cities, this concept where you're not allowed to travel. They'll be able to look at your carbon footprint. See, that's the problem. The problem is giving people that are in power, these people that we've all discussed that have so much money and so much control over our societies, multinational corporations, giving them more control over citizens. And this is a vehicle for that. And this is what's dangerous about this whole climate change emergency, because it allows these fucking creeps that have been controlling people and controlling what you do and what you say and how you spend your money with people that are already living check to check, and you put additional constraints on them and you make them even more scared. And then you put additional measures where you can look at their carbon footprint, you can look at the amount they travel, put a carbon tax on these people. Let's figure out how to extract more money from them. That's what bothers me about this climate change emergency. Not that we can all agree pollution is a terrible thing. Everyone should agree to that. The beautiful earth that sustains us and all life on this planet is being poisoned as we speak. We're killing all the fish in the ocean and sucking them out in giant numbers. 94% of all the big fish that are in the ocean are gone over the last, whatever it is.
When you go to war against nature, you lose.
Okay, so yeah, that's the interaction, pretty much. Please go and watch the whole podcast of Joe Rogan and support the homie, because he's a fucking legend in my eyes. Like he kind of, there's a big reason why I'm mad I am today. He taught me a lot. I learned from him, from his mistakes, and how he conducts himself as a man. But anyways. Yeah, fucking Bernie. I was like, oh my God, Bernie. You're the last hope I had on that side. I mean, I barely had hope in him. He did support fucking Hillary Clinton, so. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, he said all that about fucking global warming. And then another thing that I want to touch on Bernie Sanders before I move on, another subject about Bernie Sanders is there's a lot of people like Bernie Sanders who's not well informed, and people got to start realizing what is the standard of being well informed, and understanding the dynamics of a conversation, and how somebody like Bernie and how boomers kind of bully their way through a conversation.
Well, what about the other the other lawsuit with the conversation that they had with Kamala Harris, where they edited the answers that she had to make it look more precise?
60 Minutes, they were suing 60 Minutes.
Yes.
Is, to my mind, historically, they've been around for a very long time. You know, they're not infallible, but I think you look at most objective people will say 60 Minutes has a sterling reputation for investigative journalism. Are they wrong?
But that's not investigative journalism if you change someone's answers. If you ask her a question and she comes with a rambling answer that doesn't make sense, and you edit that out and insert another answer to a different question that seems more cogent.
Right, Joe, then you're walking down, you're walking down a dangerous path. Suing media has the impact of intimidating media. All right, if somebody sues you, all right, let me finish, all right?
Okay.
Somebody sues you, you know, why not you? You could be sued tomorrow, right? Because you are doing this, you're too sympathetic to this.
Right.
And Joe, you did that, and they have a big law firm behind you, and you're going to have to spend zillions of dollars defending yourself. You know what? Next time you do an interview, you say, maybe I'm not going to go in that area. Right?
No, but it's not that. It's editing things, to make deceptive editing.
Joe,
so in deceptive editing, you give people a different perception of who this candidate is than reality.
Right, but you got to explain.
But that's not objective journalism.
I know, but
that's campaigning for that person.
Right, but
would you agree with that?
I don't have those details. I don't know that I agree with your analysis of it. I don't know enough.
I think that's universally accepted that that's what they did.
Then you got to tell me why he is suing ABC. Why he's suing Meta.
As you could see, when he was getting very emotional and fucking started kind of like over and trying to shut down Joe Rogan, trying to talk over Joe Rogan, it was messy. There's also another guy prior, Zahi Hawass, that did the same shit. So yeah, that's just another thing I wanted to touch on. You know, being careful of those social fucking strategies that happen in a simple conversation that, you know, most people aren't equipped to fucking handle. Luckily, Joe Rogan been through the ringer, and you see how he fucking conducted himself. Bernie had no choice but to conduct himself properly. And also, there's a dynamic of Joe Rogan being a badass, and Bernie is an old man and he's scared, and he knows Joe would just be like, Bernie, relax before I make you relax. At the end of the day, that's the fine line between a good conversation and, you know, it going above and beyond. Because somebody who is bullshitting will always resort to violence. But they won't resort to violence if they know the person that they're fucking talking to is going to beat their ass. Anyways. Also on the global warming thing that Bernie said, I'm like wondering how powerful Joe Rogan is, because Joe Rogan did say this when he was talking to Bernie about global warming, and I literally went on TikTok, and as of today, yeah, it's the end of fucking, well, I'll start the date up. Well, yeah, News Daddy fucking just put this up.
Okay, this is pretty massive. A new study shows that Antarctica, the giant frozen continent that's been melting for years, has just seen record-breaking growth in ice sheets for the first time in decades. So according to this brand new study out of China's leading climate research university, from 2021 to 2023, the Antarctic ice sheet experienced a record-breaking increase in overall mass. And data NASA published in March confirms this finding as well. And that's pretty significant because, as you can see, it's been losing approximately 150 gigatons per year for decades. And it's not just that, because data from the NSIDC covering the period from March 2024 to February 2025 indicates that the surface mass balance from from the Antarctic ice sheet was nearly 200 billion tons above the 1981 to 2010 average. However, caveat to all of this good news, as of right now, climate scientists believe that this is a short-term anomaly, not a reversal in trend, and West Antarctica continues to experience significant losses. But the question is, what do you think?
So, are they is it because Joe Rogan? Is it because Joe Rogan got enough influence in the world where once he talks down on somebody, or like once he not talks down, but once he critiques a country, they literally got to put out a statement to cover their ass? I mean, there was a guy on top of there was a guy that was talking about some trees that they put on Machu Picchu, the city, that castle they found in the mountains, and the city, and it was like the plans they put in was destroying the structure, the foundation of the ancient buildings, and they removed it, some shit like that. But yeah, I think Joe Rogan's the man. I think he does have that much power, and I think he knows this, and I think he's being very responsible with it. Other than that, hopefully the mic fucking carries it this time, because this is the fifth fucking time I'm recording. I'm getting tired because I gotta clean my goddamn fucking house, and I gotta start fucking uploading shit, and I gotta finish another fucking video. Oh, goddamn. Goddamn. Anyways, you guys have a good one. You guys have a wild one. Hey, I might keep that. You guys have a wild one. Aloha.
Dude, I don't know about you, but you do that too many more times, I'm gonna slide in the hole.
Keep going.
Now you're not talking about who's the movie guy?
What is the difference between P. Diddy and Woody? Woody goes lit when children walks in. Oh God! What?
It doesn't matter how many times you fall. It just matters that the floor knows you.
Ooh, I gotta think about that for a little bit, because it's one of those floaters that's gonna sink in.
The floor doesn't know you. You never tried.
Whoa, my God! There's so much things, little things that irritate me.
Jacked right now.
Fuck.
When I started training,
Nah, there's things that irritate me, like not having this sexy guy in there. Yeah.
Doesn't fucking matter how good I look if I'm getting beat. That's why I stopped bodybuilding. That's dumb.
Really?
Yes. That's why I started doing this instead of I was like, this is stupid. Why would you want to?
Because you kind of, well, the thing is about bodybuilders that most people want to look at you and be intimidated.
Yeah, Logan. I'm same way. I looked at him the same way. When did you stop?
I don't want to look intimidated.
This dude, me and bruh, me and Blood Warrior was looking at you like we wanted to kill you. Guys, like, what, Velo? We just was like, when the fuck did you stop? Dude, you should have seen him. He looked over like this. Bitch, if we had genetics like that, you Viking bastard.
Yeah.